Look, at my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, Chief Lewis talks about the Arizona firefighters, extreme weather tips for your air conditioning unit, and the Shop Local campaign announces a winner. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, July 2nd, 2013. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. The nation is mourning the loss of 19 firefighters from the small town of Prescott, Arizona. The tragedy Sunday evening all but wiped out the 20-member Granite Mountain Hotshots. Today, the last of the bodies were retrieved from the mountain. Only one member survived, and that was because he was moving the unit's truck at the time. The deaths plunged the town into mourning, who have ordered flags flown at half staff. Of the 19 firefighters who were killed in a wildfire, 14 of the victims were in their 20s. Today, Fire Chief Scott Lewis from Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue comments on the biggest loss of firefighters' lives since 9/11 and the biggest loss of life of firefighters in a wildfire in 80 years.
Hotshot crew is basically the elite of the wildland forces. They go into the most dangerous situations. They're highly trained, and they go generally throughout the United States where there's the most devastating fires occurring. They are the elite.
It's hard to imagine what their friends and family are going through right now with losing all 19 of that team. What is the thoughts when you're going into a situation like what that crew went into?
Well, I can tell you honestly, I've never been in a situation that they were in. They knew the risks. There's additional media information coming out today that they understood it was a very serious fire, but I don't think that they had a total grasp of the changes in the dynamics of the incident, how quickly it was going to unfold, and that their escape route was thus taken away from them. They did everything technically correct. They knew their techniques and strategies and objectives in fighting that fire, and they did have their escape routes identified. They had their shelters. They deployed those shelters. Some of them were able to get in, is my understanding, and some of them were not. That's how quickly the situation changed on them. The shelters are just the last-ditch effort to save your life, and it allows you to have some breathable air, and it allows to take away some of the heat, and hopefully it's a quick event that allows you to survive. And in this case, again, from everything I'm reading and understanding right now, is that those situations changed so drastically and so quickly that not all of them had even chance to get into the shelters. And obviously the conditions were that bad that even those that did weren't able to survive. And I think it's a reminder to all of us, especially in the firefighters and police officers and such, that situations that may seem that we have a good grasp on or control over can change quickly.
How are you guys feeling about what's going on there?
I think there's a lot of mixed emotions. Obviously, they feel for the families and everyone that's involved down there in trying to not only still fight this fire, and they were bringing in an additional 400 some firefighters in to fight that fire as of yesterday. So everyone's aware that it was a fatal fire. And so those new troops coming in are aware of it. Those that were already there experiencing it, now you have the families and friends, because they were from that area. And I believe they were based in Prescott, so that's their home.
Exactly. And 19 of them is quite a bit.
It's a significant number. It's the greatest loss of firefighters since 9/11.
Situation that you guys have been in, I know that you have had a couple times where you've said to the other ones, we don't know if we're going to make it out of this.
Well, it's not to be dramatic, but there have been those instances where, there was a bad situation unfolding. It was either get that situation under control or something catastrophic could occur, and that's part of the risk we take, but we try to make those calculated. We don't go into every incident thinking we're going to be the heroes and that we're going to go in there and take care of whatever it is. If there's truly a dire situation and the risks far outweigh the successes, we're not going to engage in that. And I don't think that's the thought that they had. I think they truly believe that, with their experience and their education and their training and the situation as it was at that point, that they were going to have a successful outcome, that they weren't going to come out injured. It just changed.
What would you like to say to the families and friends out there?
Just our condolences on behalf of everyone from Pahrump and Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue. And if there's anything we can do, we'll certainly be there for them.
Well, 2 wildfires are burning near the top of Mount Charleston.
According to Jay Nichols, the public information officer from the Spring Mountain National Recreation Area U.S. Forestry Service, the west side of Spring Mountain has 2 fires, both near Carpenter Canyon, the first one being the Lee Springs fire, which is considered contained at this point. Engine crews have been deployed as well as a helicopter. The helicopter is currently doing water drops and also being used for observation. No property is at risk, as well as no structures. The second fire is the Carpenter Canyon fire, which is currently burning 100 acres and growing. Carpenter Canyon is closed at this point. The crews are moving in. They have 2 seats on order with retardants. Both fires were caused by lightning strikes yesterday afternoon. According to Jay Nichols, no endangered species are in the area. Nichols also adds that for the next 7 days, engine crews will be fully manned 24 hours a day through the holiday. They expect lightning strikes in the afternoon and a severe weather warning to continue, followed by a cooling trend this weekend. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And full containment is not known at this time. Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you after this break.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back to News 46. Owner of Pahrump Valley Air Conditioning, Richard Hargis, gives some tips to save money for electricity and maintenance of your home air conditioning units.
It's a little bit crazy out there right now. I'm as booked as I can get right now, yes.
Some of the calls that you're going to range from?
It's usually something pretty simple that could probably be avoided by keeping your filters clean and cleaning around the outside unit. We're really having a problem with weeds this year.
How do you clean the outside unit?
You keep the weeds out of it and just wash it off with a garden hose. It's very easy. Just spray it off with a hose. Disconnect the power, of course, but just spray it off with the hose.
And then inside the filters that you find inside your air conditioning unit, what happens if you don't clean them, if you don't change these filters?
Then you're reaching into your wallet and giving Valley Electric money that you don't need to give them. It's absolutely that simple. It goes straight to the electric company. Your unit has to work a lot harder just to keep the house at a reasonable temperature. And if they get too dirty, then we acquire problems. Then.
This clogs not only your filters that are taking in the air, but that coil, right?
Exactly. The coil itself will plug up. That's a very expensive item. And it's really just not necessary. All you have to do is change your filters. I know they say some of them will last 90 days. They will not last 90 days out here. 30 days, change your filter. You make your mortgage payment, change your filter. You pay your rent, change your filter. It's that simple.
Do you recommend any certain types of filters to use?
Stay away from the real heavy cardboard filters. Your air conditioner is not designed to remove the pollen in the air. It's just not. It's designed to heat and cool your house, not eliminate all the particles in the air. The lightweight filters work fine. We just want the dirt out of your unit. We do not care about the pollen. If you have a problem with pollen, we have things, they're whole house filters we can put in. Do not try to use your air conditioner as a whole house filter. It will not work. Call your contractor before it gets to be 115. All right? Mid-April, early May, 80 degrees is what we need. We need 80 degrees outside, and we can check everything just fine, and we'll catch the problems before they really reach into your pocket.
You recommend a maintenance check by a qualified air conditioning technician twice a year?
Once a year is fine. Once a year is fine. Just in the spring, that should take care of your problems. You shouldn't have to have a winter also. These little small problems create great big problems. A typical air conditioner replace right now runs around $3,000. I don't want to take your money. I'd rather take the real service call and keep you as a friend for years other than make you mad one time.
There you go. Exactly. What's the phone number to give you a call?
727-7488.
A winner has been drawn for the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce Shop Local campaign.
Over the past couple of years, the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce has held the Shop Local program. The campaign consisted of a consumer receiving a punch card with 12 local businesses on it. The patron needed 8 out of 12 businesses punched to enter the drawing. We spoke with the winner of the contest, Susan Moore. So how did you find out that you won?
I received a phone call from the chamber and said, "Hey, you won?" And I kind of said, "Yeah, right, sure." I said, "You're joking." And she said, No, you really won. And so I said, "Well, I've never won anything until then," which was yesterday. And so she was kind of surprised. But yeah, I was shocked, literally. And then I got to select one of 3 items that I could pick. And I decided to take the Smith groceries because I think I can share it with others, family, friends. It's a lot of money, so I just thought that would be the best way.
The Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce held the drawing yesterday at their office, where Mike Dreyer pulled the winning name.
This is the unveiling of the winner for the Shop Local campaign. So at this time, I'm going to reach in and grab the lucky winner who's got an opportunity at one of 3 prizes at $700. So here we go. Susan Moore.
Susan Moore won a $700 Smith's shopping card. How does it feel to be able to shop in the community with this reward?
Oh, I love the campaign. I had so much fun. I visited places that I have never been. For example, Carmelo's. Didn't know it existed, didn't know anything about it, but it was on the card, and I had to go. And after I got there, we really enjoyed the food, and we'll go back again. And I've been telling my friends. The sweet shop, never been there. So I went there and said, "Hey, this is great." Horizon Markets. I live closer to Albertson, so if you're there, you don't go to Horizon Market, but I got a chance to see what they have, and I thought that was great. So I did support it, and my husband and the family said, "Well, let's do it," and so we did.
Susan also added why shopping local is important.
I do believe shopping local is really important. If we don't do it, the businesses go away. I've lived here long enough. I've watched them go away, and that's not good for us. We need to have places to go to shop and to stay in the community.
The Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce is always attempting to promote local shopping in order to keep money circulating in the community. Congratulations to Susan Moore. I'm Jennifer Moots with News 46.
Well, 56-year-old local race car driver Sam Stringer passed away in May of 2012. Stringer fought a battle with cancer and leaves behind his family, which includes his wife, children, and grandchildren. His wife, Sherry, has begun a scholarship fund in her husband's name.
Well, Sam was a no-nonsense kind of guy. He said what he was going to do, and he did it. So we were married for 27 years. We have 4 wonderful children, 8 grandchildren, and it's a shame that he passed so soon.
He passed away, why?
May 25th, 2012, from colon cancer.
The Pahrump Valley Speedway has been holding a memorial race for him every year. That's coming up soon, but you also have a scholarship fund.
Yes, we got together as a family and decided that we would do a scholarship in Sam's name. This year we were able to do a $1,000 scholarship, and it's to young individuals that are going into the automotive field. Sam was a paint and body man for over 20 years, and we felt that that was the best way to memorialize his name.